Today's video is all about episode 88, the finale of season 4 of My Heroes Academia, which showcases Endeavor in his fight against High End. In this episode, we get to see more of Endeavor's past, as well as we finally get to meet the rest of his family. Alright, now let's get into it and break down this episode. Right in the beginning, they show his other daughter and son that you don't get to see. They also show his wife Ray here. And here's his other son and daughter. Their names are going to be Natsu and Fuyimi. I know I butchered that name, but forgive me. Natsu then mentions Endeavor, which causes Fuyimi to wish him to stop talking about him because of the mother being there. They immediately go down the tragic past they had with the father, and Natsu mentions how he thinks Endeavor just wishes he could leave it all behind. Ray then points out some flowers that she once mentioned to Endeavor in the past, and then states that she believes that he's trying to make up for his past. It then opens with a Nomu high-end self-regenerating after taking damage from Endeavor. He then asks Endeavor that you really think he can kill me with his fire. This appears to anger Endeavor as he hits him with his move, Hell Spider Flash Fire Fist. Without even blinking, high-end counters this shit like,
"Shit's weak! Lizzie! Shit's weak!"
and then proceeds just to throw him through the building and toss him around like a rag doll. Endeavor then powers up and does a move called Propulsion, which is even still tossed around by High End. High End literally knocks the top half of this building off with Endeavor. Because of this, we get to see how much of a badass Hawks really is, as he sends out countless feathers in a move called Fierce Wings. He's able to sense screams, breathing, even rustling of clothing, and the vibrations that people make. He then manipulates these feathers in the air and saves over 76 people from this falling building. Endeavor then fires Flash Fire Fist at High End yet again, and this time High End takes damage and ends up smiling backwards at him with an upside down smile. Hawks then taunts Endeavor, which causes him to step it up and uses his Flash Fire Fist to literally cut the top of the building into pieces. We then see High End flying away, still alive. We then see Endeavor noticing that he's starting to overheat, and immediately we also see High End fully regenerated, noticing that Endeavor is overheating as well. That's when Endeavor has an internal dialogue of why he started out his journey of starting to create such a child, such as Shoto, to get over his weaknesses of overheating. Endeavor then immediately hits him with his super. Somehow High End ripped his own head off and threw it, and immediately regenerates his arm and attacks. Flashback to the flower with the petal falling, showing something's about to happen here.
In the face! In the face! No!
Natsu, Fuyumi, shook. Yue, shook. Shoto, visibly shook. All Might Heart can't take this anymore. Meanwhile,
this bores me.
At this point, Shoto has a flashback of his dad, telling him how he wanted to make him proud, and how he was going to be the most powerful #1 hero. And then all of a sudden, we see a spark come from Endeavor's hand as he launches a surprise attack at High End here. While High End catches it and just is like,
"You gotta be quicker than that."
Meanwhile, after seeing his father get thrown through yet another building, Natsu says his dad knows he should give up, and this is why he went crazy, knowing he can't replace All Might. And this is why he abused his children and drove his mother crazy, staying on top of her until he can achieve his goal. And then Fuyumi reminds him just how stubborn their dad is. Endeavor then uses his power to fly through the air to try and catch High End. He says he's grateful for the pain to keep him awake to keep fighting. He starts giving himself a little pep talk about how he needs to keep fighting. At this point, Hawk has a flashback and remembers how he was the only person he ever seen actually trying to surpass All Might, and shows him, I guess, putting the pieces together here. That's what I'm assuming. Hawk then uses his wings to give Endeavor a speed boost to catch High End. Endeavor catches him and literally shoves a flaming fist into his mouth. Somehow High End is still able to self-regenerate while acting like a crazed animal. Hawk then gives them one more push. The crowd is seen watching Endeavor fight yet again. They can see him fighting for everybody. The anchor mentions how he's fighting even though he's in pain and struggling. Here we can see Shoto's invested in this fight, visibly showing his flames yet again, and mentions that he, as well as all of his kids, are watching him intensely. Shoto quickly mentions how the Nomu is just like he was, trying to create the perfect specimen to be all powerful. After saying he hates the school model, he really lets one go. The crowd jaw dropped. Yue jaw dropped. Shoto speechless. We then see Endeavor falling back down to the ground. Natsu, Fuyumi, speechless. We then see Endeavor's flaming fist rising from the ground. And we get a sigh of relief from All Might. We get a sigh of relief from Shoto. As Shoto sighs in relief, we see none other than Deku and Bakugo both look over the TV and know that this is what it's going to be like from now on. This is going to be the type of enemies they're fighting. That's all they're thinking. You can see it in their eyes. This is the future. Alright, there's Endeavor standing at the end of the episode, and that is the end for this video. If you made it to this point, please like and subscribe. If you didn't like it, please leave a comment below. You know, throw the hate. I can take it. But yeah, I had a lot of fun making this video. I'm sure to make more. I want to make one for every episode this season that pretty much showcased one character and their abilities.